It's not much fun because these guys had a great season. Not a good season, a great season. And to end it like this is certainly not the way we wanted to do that. But, again, could not be prouder to be associated with these guys.
We'll take questions. Again, let us get you a microphone. Please give us your name and affiliation before you ask the question. Start right down here in the front.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. Marcus, what did they do to you guys after that first drive? It just seemed like your offense was a little off. And also, have you made a decision yet about going to the NFL?
I'm really sorry. We're going to take questions for Coach first. Let him get back to the locker room, and then we'll take questions for players.
Okay. Coach, what do you think they did to your offense after that first drive?
Well, they're an outstanding defense. We knew that coming in, and they did some different things both on that drive and throughout. Not different things completely schematically, but by kind of percentage of what they had done to that point. And, you know, we had a couple opportunities to convert a couple huge third downs and had some plays there to be made. You know, didn't execute in the red zone. That was on me. A couple of those things. And then third down. You know, third down was a big deal. And part of that was precipitated by not being great on first and second down and getting in some third and longs, which is not where you want to be against any defense, let alone those guys.
Go back here in the back.
The coach back in the middle here. Jerry Palm with CBS Sports. You were on the staff 4 years ago when you played Auburn and in the championship game and lost. How does it feel different this time around? Very similar. Very good. But again, I think the thing that, you know, it's always focused on tonight, and there were a lot of great nights and great days with these guys that led up to tonight and caused tonight, and at some point we'll be able to relish those. I don't know when that happens anymore, but yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow, knowing everything that these guys put into this season and how much we want these guys to be successful in the minds of everyone.
We're going to go back on the camera stand in the way back.
Mark, 4 years ago in Arizona, Chip Kelly proclaimed we'll be back in a similar situation. How confident are you in the future of this program to be back on this stage?
Extremely confident. It's really hard, but you know, Oregon, the University of Oregon is a place that obviously that can happen and has happened. Everything is in place from a support standpoint and a facility standpoint and an infrastructure standpoint. Talent, our coaching staff is outstanding, and you know, the leadership is outstanding, and that's kind of all the ingredients.
Come right down here in front to the right.
Coach, down here. As a coach, can you appreciate the accomplishment of Urban Meyer winning 3 national titles? How obviously it's pretty elite company, but as a fellow coach to have done that and now to have done it at 2 different schools.
Yeah, that's extremely impressive, and I said that coming in is what he's been able to accomplish on the field has been, you know, whatever those adjectives are or descriptives of the guy, you know, an icon, a Hall of Famer, and you know, Ohio State again is a tremendous program with very proud tradition, and he's added to it.
Go right back down here to the middle.
Coach, Mark Tracy from the New York Times. I was wondering, with the new quarterback coming in for Ohio State, did that make it more difficult to kind of game plan against him if there was less tape? And relatedly, perhaps, is that how Ezekiel Elliott was able to have a particularly standout game?
No, I think they're able to have standout games because they're exceptional athletes. You know, both those guys were very highly sought after guys, and you know, very talented guys that do a lot of good things. And as for the lack of film and all that stuff, I think that, no. I mean, he played really well, and they did a good job of kind of banging with their run game very well, and as we knew coming in again, creating one-on-one situations, and those guys made some unbelievable plays in the first half. You know, the one was pinned against our DB's back, and he made that catch. The other one down about I don't know what that was, a 40-something yarder. Our guy, I think, got his hand on it before the wideout did, and those are, you know, your fractions of an inch from getting home in the pass rush. Your fractions of an inch from getting the play at DB, and those kind of, wore on us.
We're going to go again back to the television riser.
Mark, Warren Williamson, Oregon Duck Football News, here in the back.
We're going to take, I'm sorry, keep going.
You talked about how proud you are of this team. You've overcome so many things this season with injuries and other items. Can you maybe just give us an idea of how proud you are again of what this team has gone through this year and ending up here in the first ever playoff, and just how proud you are of this season overall?
Well, I think that's just it. Again, people talk, which I think is and I talked about this last week a little bit. It's unfortunate and a little bit, insulting in a lot of ways that whoever loses this game, the word failure comes up as a descriptive for the season. And there's, as I told these guys in the locker room, that will never exist in these guys' vocabulary, the way that they've persevered through what they've done, and the assistant coaches, everybody in our program, every player to a T has just battled and gutted this thing out for each other and with each other, and wanting to put the right finishing touch on it, and that not happening is gutting to me for them, but yeah, this was an unbelievable journey, and to get to this point with this group of guys is something that none of us will ever forget.
Mark, Kerry Eggers, Portland Tribune. Elliott's game was amazing. Can you talk a little bit about the troubles you guys had stopping him?
Yeah, I mean, he's again a tremendous player. I mean, when you have him being as fast and physical as he is, and then you trump that with a 200 and whatever he is, 55, 60-pound quarterback, as those are three pretty good hammers when you add in the fly sweep game and some of the other stuff that they're able to do. But he is an exceptional player, as is their offensive line. The offensive line did a really nice job. Again, our defense created some turnovers, and we needed to complement one another a little bit better tonight. But again, a lot of credit to those guys.
Go right back here in the middle.
Coach Jay Allen, Rip City Radio, right in front here. 2 of 12 on third down. How much of that was execution or lack of execution, or did it have something to do with their defense, or a little of both?
Well, everything, and even more importantly, first and second down. If you're in third and mediums and third and shorts, you've got a lot more options and a lot more things that they have to defend. And we were in a ton of third and 6 pluses, 7 pluses that allows them to really get after you up front and be a little bit more diverse in their coverage. So it's always kind of a combination of all those things.
We have time for just a couple more. We're going to take right down here to the left.
Mark, what's Marcus's legacy at Oregon, and could you put into context the kind of year he had? Again, on the outside, a couple people mentioned this leading up to this game. On the outside, there's that thing that you have to win a national championship to solidify everything, and I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think, Dan Marino was a pretty good player, and some of these other guys that have legacies and not have a national championship, 2 or 3 bowl wins, depending on how you count it, and the stuff on the field. I think you could certainly argue that this was the best, if not, certainly one of the top 2 or 3 greatest seasons in college football history. And then if you add in the person and the legacy that he has from that standpoint, there has never been one greater. None.
Coach, again, back on the television riser to your far left.
Coach Rob DeMello from KEZI in Hawaii, back here. Along those same lines, if this happens to be Marcus Mariota's last game as a Duck, what would you say he brought to the University of Oregon that has changed it forever?
That's kind of, I love this guy and will forever, and absolutely couldn't be luckier to coach him and be around him every day. And I think he's kind of one of those guys. It's around our neck of the woods. It's kind of like Madonna or Cher or whatever. It's Marcus, and that's kind of his name has reached. He's an adjective and definitely a very the impact that he's had on the field is extremely significant. Off the field, probably even bigger.
Last question right here in the front left.
Coach Stan Brock with Coin TV. in Portland. Can you explain to all of us the challenges for you and your young players for this new playoff format and the things you've gone through?
You know, if anything, it's just the newness of it. Certainly, you get to the point where you're playing for the Pac-12 championship, and then, you know, it's one avenue, and then you're committed 100% to winning that game, and then congratulations and high fives, and then you flip around and get ready for another outstanding team. So, especially given the fact that we had the loss midway through the season, it was, you know, do or die, so to speak, from then on out for our football team. And to see these guys do what they did every single day in the face of some extreme adversity was just really impressive. And something again, all the lessons that they used to get to this point will be with them forever.
Coach, congratulations on a great season. We'll let you get back to the locker room with the rest of your team. Let's entertain questions for our two players. Again, name and affiliation. We'll start right back down here in front.
Zach Frazilla, New York Post. Marcus, have you made a decision about the NFL?
I have not. I'll take the next couple of days with my family to make that decision.
Come right down here in the middle.
Okay, Marcus, my name's Kimberly, and I'm with Gridiron Girl. First of all, congratulations on an outstanding and hard-fought season.
Thank you.
Obviously, this loss hurts for you and your whole team, your coach especially, but after everything sinks in, what are you going to be the most proud of this season?
I mean, you know, what we were able to accomplish this year, you know, nobody will be able to take that away from us. You know, being the champions of the Pac-12, you know, being Rose Bowl champions, you know, that says a lot about what we were able to do this year. And proud of the guys. I mean, we fought through a lot of stuff, and you know, we just ended up short tonight, but you know, it shouldn't take away from what we were able to do this year.
Right here in the front.
Marcus, Heather Dinich with ESPN. You heard Coach talk about what he thinks your legacy is going to be. What do you want your legacy to be?
I don't care about legacies, so and that's other people's opinions. My main focus was to be a great teammate, and you know, that's all I hope to accomplish. And yeah, I mean, I don't really care about legacies. So.
Back here left on the aisle.
Craig Bernbach, KETU in Portland, for Marcus and Byron. I know it just ended, but is there something that Ohio State did on the defensive end that maybe surprised you a little bit, or was there one thing that you think limited your offense tonight?
I mean, Ohio State has a great defense. They have all season. Their front seven is unbelievable, so hats off to them. But not one thing specifically. I think they just played a great game. I think we kind of missed some opportunities. We had a couple of red zone trips in the first half that we didn't capitalize on, whether it was a field goal or a touchdown. So yeah, I think we kind of missed some opportunities, and they played a great game.
Go back to the television riser, our left.
Marcus, you said on Saturday that outside of wins and losses, you just wanted to make Oregon proud, your home state proud. Even though things didn't work out the way you wanted to tonight, do you feel that you and your team accomplished that?
I hope so. You know, again, we can't control that. You know, all I know is that in that locker room, you know, we're all proud of what we were able to do. You know, again, we just kind of came up short, but you know, I'm proud of those guys in the locker room, and you know that. Again, I actually believe we had a great season, and nobody can take that away from it.
Right here in the front.
Marcus, Kenny Choi from KITV4 Honolulu. I know it's difficult to talk after a loss like this, but what's your message to all the fans who came over here from the 808 from Hawaii, who came on to support you and cheer on for you today?
Just thank you. You know, appreciate the support. It means a lot. You know, I was just sorry we came up a little short, but again, just thank you for everything. Thank you for all the support, and yeah.
Back on the riser again.
Marcus and Byron both. Warren Williamson, Oregon Duck Football News. Guys, you don't find yourself on the losing end very much these last couple of seasons, including this season. Can you just maybe describe what your feelings were at the end of the game about how much this one hurts to come so far and lose it here?
I mean, it hurts. I mean, it's just, you put so much work, you put so much effort into the year, and it's tough. I mean, it's tough to go out with a loss, but that's just things happen. And Ohio State played a great game today, great program. They just out-executed us for a couple more quarters, and just the way it happens.
Standing over here to our left.
Hi, Marcus. With both the Rose Bowl and now this game, two of the really highest profile events in college sports history, how has it been like to represent Hawaii, and how has that felt to you, and how have you taken extra steps to make it clear that you do represent your home state?
I mean, I really haven't put much thought into it. I just try to be myself and be the best teammate, that I can be. And, I hope in the end that it does represent Hawaii in the right light. But again, I just try to be myself.
Back here on the aisle in the middle.
Marcus, how much will tonight's result affect or have bearing on your decision about going to the NFL from the standpoint of unfinished business, that sort of thing?
Obviously it hurts. I'm sure it'll weigh in a little bit, but there's a lot of other things that have to play into that decision. There's starting grad school, coming back for another year to improve. There's a lot of other things that could bring me back, and it's just not specifically this loss.
Over here to our right.
Dave Hackenberg from the Toledo Ohio newspaper. For both of you or either of you, you guys are usually the team that pressure, wears opponents down, makes, cashes in at the end. Do you think Ohio State, did you get the sense that they flipped that on you tonight?
I think they just played their game, to be honest. We tried to play ours. It didn't really work out as planned. But, we can't really take credit away from Ohio State. They just came out and they really just balled out and played an unbelievable game, and they deserved to win this one. I think they just went out and just tried to put as many points on the board in the first, second, third, and fourth quarter. So I wouldn't say really try to flip the script, but they just went on and they played their game.
Take our next question right over here on the right.
Marcus, Annie Peterson from the Associated Press. Do you have a most memorable moment from this season?
Winning the Rose Bowl and winning the Pac-12 championship was, incredible feelings. That's something that, I'll remember for the rest of my life. And, it's just a great accomplishment and, just an awesome feeling.
Take two more. Start back here on the back.
Jake Zivin with KEZI TV. For both of you, Marcus, obviously you have a decision to make. Byron, you do too. But if one or both of you guys come back, what will it take for this program to get back here next year?
Let's keep working. The process that Coach Helfrich and these coaches and the rest of the staff at the university have put in place has been successful, and just continue to trust that. Take it one day at a time. Find ways to always improve, and just take it from there.
Right down here in front, our last question.
How much did you guys miss Darren and Devin tonight?
It's tough. It happens. It's part of football. But I felt that the guys that played today stepped up and made plays. We just gotta play the next guy out. I don't think so. We play with we rotate so many receivers that, each guy had a lot of experience and was prepared to play.
Again, congratulations on a great season.
You.
Thank you. As a reminder, the University of Oregon locker room is open. It's open for a total of 30 minutes, and my guess is we're probably approaching 20 minutes into that time frame.